Hello and welcome to Flory Models Friday Catch-Up Show. Here we are with you on the 8th of November 2024. Really busy week this week. We've done loads of shows. We've got a show from Matt. I've been doing vlogs all week. We've been working actually on the Osprey and things like that. We've got two great kit reviews and we've got Telford around the corner as well. And on top of all of that, literally in the last sort of 30 minutes, we had drop on us what Airfix has been working on for the last few months. So I'm sure by the time you get this, you would have heard it all over the place. But hot off the press, literally, we have the new tool, 1/48 scale Lysander. And to be honest with you, I know on the previous shows we've been talking about all this, that, and the other. But honestly, I'm actually quite excited for this particular one. I think it's a good shout because let's face it, we've got the old Edard reboxing one, and it's showing its age, shall we say. So have a nice tall one coming up like this looks absolutely fantastic. Some of the things that took my eye, I'll be honest with you, is the figures. Really, really nice figures on this one. All right, nice details all the way through, as you can see. All right, of a really, truly iconic aircraft as well. I think most of us think about dropping agents into France with the SOE and things like that. And I'm sure there might be an option coming out with that with the boarding ladder and perhaps an agent climbing in and out down on the side as well. But for the moment, we've got this one, which I do believe is a sort of an early war one, as you can see. Very, very nice indeed. I just think it's actually a much overlooked aircraft. And that does make me wonder now, because I have got here, very kindly had sent to me by a member, is the old Matchbox 132nd one reboxed by Revell. But now I'm wondering if it's actually worth it. But there we go. Some really cool markings down in there. Got the Polish one. Again, very, very nice indeed. So anyway, very, very much looking forward to seeing that one coming out in the next few months. I don't know exactly when the actual date is for this particular one coming out, but you can put it up. It is on pre-order now with Airfix, so you can rush off and have a look. And obviously, I'm sure if you are going to Telford on Saturday and Sunday, I bet they've got one sat there as well. It might not be the real thing. It might be a 3D printed one, but yeah, it'll be quite interesting to have a look at it up close. So I will get some footage of it, have a chat with them when I'm over there on Saturday as well. The other big news that came along was also this one. So what we've got down in here is the HC4, which is my favourite Sea King, which is a little bit of a thing because I went to the launch of the original one when they did the HAS1 version, or the HU5, all right, and I was there, and I actually was sat on that said, on the other side, door, talking to them about this particular aircraft. I said, so when are we going to see the HC4? And they did tell me at the time there was another one conversion coming out first, the RAF one, and this one probably wouldn't do it. So clearly they lied plain to my face, which I'm not upset about at all. But anyway, it is nice to see this one out and about. As I said, this one technically is the van version, or the minibus as we used to call it. All right, so there's not a lot inside. It is literally a couple of pilot seats and it's a clear cabin down the back. It's got some nice lumps and bumps on it, and obviously the biggest difference most people will notice is obviously about the instead of having the sort of floats on the sides for the flotation devices, these have got the old saltwater bangers on there, which will inflate obviously when it touches water. So again, as you can see, very, very nice, just like we've seen the other version. But again, nice marking options with this one as well. We've got it in desert, we've got a couple of green, we've got a UN version, and obviously we've got the Granby versions as well down in here. You can do a nice diorama with one crashed. Yeah, as you can see, I think it's a really, really nice piece of kit. Some nice markings down in here as well, the King of the Junglies as well. So yeah, if you are into your Sea Kings, and especially if you're the Marines, things like that, you're going to love it. So yes, really very, very nice marking options down in there as well. All right, so all of those, if you want to go off and have a look at those, I'm sure that they'll be at Telford as well, and you'll be able to have a look on this one. Again, this one's currently up on pre-order as far as I know. As I said, literally only got this information about 20 minutes ago. So literally it is the case of ask them when it will be out, and I'm sure they'll be able to let you know in the show, or if not, when I've spoken to on the show next week, I will let you know. But to be honest with you, I must admit, both of those are a winner for me. I like them. I've always liked the Lysander. I've always had a soft spot for the Lysander, and obviously just looking for a nice good one. And originally I might skip that and just do that version now. I was going to do the big old Matchbox one and try and upgrade it and do things to it, but now we've got a nice tooled one. It might be something for next year to have a look at. But anyway, I hope you found it exciting. I'm sure a lot of you will be really disappointed it's not a Tornado and Jag, because we've had hints and rumours about that. So unless they're still working on that in the background somewhere for next year, It's a little bit disappointing we're not seeing those, but I'm not disappointed. I've got my favourite Sea King version out of them all, so that's cool for me. And obviously the actual Lysander, I just think is a cool aircraft in general. You do so much with it as well, and it's nice to have a nice tall one in 48 scale. So well done, Airfix. I like it, so I'm not disappointed. Anyway, this week, been a busy week. So started off on Monday where Matt brought us his first of Mondays with Matt. Now, there's not going to be one this Monday, but there could be one in the following Monday. But basically, Matt was going through what he's working on at the moment. It's just basically a bench vlog, talking about the stuff. He's working on a Frog Classic, I think we said 1955, Airspeed Oxford, or the Yellow Peril as we've been calling it. And again, you've got some very nice plastic down in there. He's doing some work to it, a little bit of upgrading, a little bit of scratch building to it, and all those things as well. So that's very nice as well. As you see some of the parts down in there as well. And he's working on the backform kit. Some stuff going on in there, just getting some of those bits together as well. So very nice with that. Also, he's talking about the perils of buying and not checking. So we've got a privateer down in here, which was missing some parts to make it the sort of Liberator version of it. So the Canadian version down in there. But luckily, we've got one of the members is supplying him with the said missing parts. So that's all right because he's got those. Also, Matt was having a look at some of the books. So he's got a Sterling book this week as well to have a look at it as well. You can see all about those ones down in there and great reference books and things like that as well. And that's the week thing I go to Telford for, is looking for reference books. And we got one on the Viking, the Valletta and the Versity as well. So again, some nice book choices down in there. If you do want to see that one, just pop over into the vlog area on the site and you will see it's down in here and you can go off and watch that one now. All right. So over on Tuesday, you had the vlog with me, and obviously I ran a poll last week for what you want to be the next build. And I did say, can we keep it short and sweet and all the rest of it? But obviously by the power of you all voting, 27% of you went for me to do the fantastic old Nimrod kit by Airfix. This is the one they were giving away and literally couldn't give them away at one point. 15 quid. I paid for it. I thought it was 30, but when I checked, it was not. It was 15 quid. I paid for it. So yeah, again, one of those kits. I think it's a little bit overlooked. I think sort of was a kit that time forgot. You guys spotted it in my stash, so we will be building that one next. It's not going to be done in a month before everyone thinks that I kick them out in one a month. It might take a little bit more than that. It might run into Christmas a little bit more, but I'll be starting on that one next week as we make our way back. But I will do a full review of it and all the rest of it for it, because the review literally is, it's been lost to the elements of time. It's about 15 years ago I did the review of that kit, and it was part of the old Friday shows, the monthly ones. So I will do it as a standalone video. I'll get it done next week for you, and we can go through the kit parts and all the rest of it. But it should be very, very nice. I'm not going to throw a ton of aftermarket at it. I know some of you are going to join me with a build and you're going to do that. Mine's going to be pretty much out of the box. So I am going to do it in the old classic grey and white markings as well, rather than sort of more hemp colours or the greys and things like that. But anyway, you can see all about that one. It is free to watch. You can pop over and you can see that one right now. On Wednesday's vlog, I was talking about, I did a review, which is obviously out on YouTube now, you'll see in a moment, but this is basically for the AMP's new 48 scale H19 Chickasaw, or Chickasaw kit. And I was talking about it, and I must admit, it's got a little bit of a, a bit of a beating. But again, I highly recommend people to go off and have a look at this show. It's basically a follow-on a deeper explanation to the review. So if you imagine it's the review extras, after show of the review, whatever you want to call it. And again, I talk about that, yes, okay, I know still people think it's like 90 quid, 80, 90 quid. It's not. It's a 50 quid kit if you look online for it. And I know 50 quid seems a lot of money, but you've got a lot of plastic in there. We've got 3D printed parts. We've got photo etch. You've got everything you could ever need aftermarket for this kit in there for 50 quid. And I know everyone harps about when they paid 3 and 6 for a piece of plastic, but I'm sorry, people, those days are well and truly gone, and I still think for the amount of hours of work you're going to put into doing that kit, it's absolutely worth every single penny. It's going to take you quite a while to put that together. It's highly, highly detailed. And if you're going to rush it, you're going to ruin it. It's going to be one of those kits. Take your time. It's going to be a beautiful kit. You're going to rush it. It's not going to be worth it. All right. But again, have a look at that one. As I say, if you've seen the review and you want to see the parts 2 of it or the extra bit, please have a look at this particular review, and it might fill in some of those gaps and you get a better understanding of when I review things, how you see it. So you literally just pop over to the site, literally pop into the vlog area, and you can see that one down in there for free. All right. Last up, last night, obviously Kareem made a surprise, sort of entry into the house, which took everybody by surprise. That Kareem has come over. She's coming over for Telford as well, and me and the gang were basically discussing all about Telford. Obviously, what we're looking forward to seeing. We were obviously speculating very heavily on what the announcement was, but now we know it's a Sea King and the Lysander. But definitely usual fun, laughter and games. And remember, everyone, don't take me seriously. Most of it is all tongue-in-cheek, and I'm just making a joke of things. So please don't take things to heart. But anyway, lots of laughs and giggles. So if you want to see that one, it is up on the actual YouTube right now. You can see that one, or obviously just pop in the vlog section. You can see this as well as all the other videos we do as well for free. All right, so you can just pop in there and see these ones. Remember, we will be in Telford on... Sorry, there we go, wrong one. Obviously, Saturday only. We do not have a stand. Flory Models does not have a stand. It's not like when I was at SMC and I was selling and all the rest of it. I'm literally going to be there walking around, talking and meeting and greeting and doing all the bits and pieces. If you want to come and say hello, you want to come have a chat about anything, please just come over and talk to me. Very approachable. The entire lot will be there. Kareen will be there as well with us. So please come and say hello. We are going to do a little bit of a meet and greet as well. Hall 3 at 2 o'clock. So if you want to be in a big group photo with everybody as well, you can please just pop over to there around about 2. We'll get you on the photo, and then obviously we're going to do a full vlog type show obviously on next Friday. I'll put it up as well about Telford and what we've seen and talked, and obviously we'll do a debrief obviously I think live next Thursday night as well, of talking about obviously Telford, what we like, what we dislike, what's new, what's coming out, and obviously everything, all the bits of information, tips and bits we've gleaned over the last few weeks, and obviously at the show as well. So that'll be quite a good one for that. Last up we have the actual part 2 for members for the Hobby Boss Osprey. Again, we've got all the 3D printed space set from Edard installed into the actual cockpit itself. We've got the main gear all going in now, and we've got those sort of nacelles on the sides put in as well. We've got all the internals done. Used a lot of pens, to be honest, because it's quick and easy. Just do all the pen work inside. We did a little bit of weather into the deck down in there, a little bit of dry brushing around, a little bit of oils, the usual bits and pieces, a little bit of chipping work and silvering effects down in there to get the entire main fuselage section together. We've installed all the clear parts into the cockpit because they need to go in now. And we've used the Edard mask set, what we've got for it as well, just to mask up all the clear parts. And as you can see, we've got the cabin areas all sorted and fitted in there together. We did a little bit of a test fit and actually went really well. Just got this small little area here and needs pushing back. If you don't push this back in and get it properly down in here, what happens is the center box, which fits over the top, which is in the next photo here, this one will butt up against that and you're going to end up with a gap all the way around here. All right, so you're either going to have to take a little bit out of this or make sure you make that flush and you'll be absolutely fine. But if you're wondering why you've got a gap all the way around here, it's because this back of the top box is actually onto here as well. All right, so make sure they're good. But apart from that, the rest of it all goes really, really together very, very nicely. No problem at all. So members, you can go off and actually see part 2 of that one right now. And she is here glued together. I've got to do all the seam work yet and the tidy up and everything else, but it is all together now. Looking very, very much the part. And we've got the ramps in and installed. We've got the tail part down in here as well, which hopefully will fit in something like that. Yeah, and it's coming together very, very nicely. I think we're going to get there. It's all looking good. So I'm happy with this one. So hopefully we can push on with this one a lot next week when I come back, because obviously we can then sort of work on this, get it together, because I need it somewhat out of the way, because we're going to be starting on the Nimrod. And the Nimrod's going to be a massive lump to work on because it's just huge and unwieldy and all the rest of it. So anyway, on the upside to that, I have found a really nice home where it's going to be donated to after the build as well. For Tony, it's going to do a little thing for that one as well. So we've got a really good home where it's going to be going to as well and be on show there. So very, very excited about that one. Last up, we've got these 2 fantastic reviews for you. We've already spoken about the Chickasaw a little bit, but that was the first one that went up, obviously on Wednesday. Again, you know, what can I say that I haven't said already? It's got really nice detail all the way through. It's one of those kits. It's got a ton of detail. There's a ton of stuff down in there. And I think if you take your time, you're going to end up with something really, really nice. I don't think it's for a beginner. Don't get me wrong. It's got a bit in there. But when you've got mask sets, photo etch, 3D printed parts, and they're all the details you can get, nice decals as well, I think it is very, very nice indeed. It's all recessed details. There's flash, there's sink marks, there's the usual bit. There's no locating pins. But like I explained in the video all about that, it's really not a problem. Just spend a little bit of time in cleanup and you'll be absolutely fine. Remember, the key to these things is test fit, test fit, test fit. Work out why it won't line up perfectly and fix it at source rather than gluing it together, then having to sort of fill and sand and you do all the bits and pieces afterwards. All right. But again, the details are nice. Just the instrument panel with the bezels and things like that showing through, I think is very, very nice. And the level of detail throughout the entire thing. And it does have sink marks. And I do say about these, but technically you could call it stress skin because that's what it would be in real life as well. The clear parts are all beautifully clear. No problem with those as well. So I think generally it's a really, really nice kit, just like that. The other one up with you as well, if you're into your colourful 1930s aircraft, we've got the B-12 as well. So this is Yellow Wings over America. And again, think wacky races because that's what you're going to get here. But again, really nice kit by Special Hobby, 72nd scale. And again, you've got some bits and pieces, but beautiful detail inside and out with this one. And it's really nice because we've got the clamshell design for the actual fuselage halves. So we don't have to worry about destroying some of the surface detail, obviously, for the corrugated stuff on this one. But you do get a little bit of photo etch, and this is that corrugated detail, because obviously if you sand this, trying to get that back is going to be a little bit of a nightmare. All right, but as you can see, very, very nice kit, nice details all the way through. Surface detail on the wings looking very nice. Underside of the wings again looking really, really nice with this one. And the clear parts probably could do with a mask set, just saying. But yeah, very, very nice indeed. Anyway, if you want to go off and see that review, that one is up with you right now as well. So you can pop along. Don't forget, just pop over to the review section as always on the site. Pop in here and there's hundreds, if not thousands of reviews down in here as well. And if I ever get more time, I will get these loaded back up into this section as well. But for the moment, don't forget, if you want to find anything at all, just hit the search button just here, pop in what you want to search and it will find it. It's a pretty good search engine in that particular one, just like that. Last up, PM Models. They've obviously got specials up this week just to sort of go along with the show, and there's obviously some nice stuff. Sea King theme, we've still got, if you want the classic Hasegawa one, which don't forget, for people who don't know, the Hasegawa Sea King is nothing at all because it's the Sikorsky version of the Sea King. The Westland Sea King, they are like night and day. To anyone looking from half a mile away, they look the same, but honestly, when you get up close, there is really big differences between both kits. So if you do want to do the sort of, the Navy, the RAF version, or sort of, for the British version, things like that, the Westland Sea King, you're going to go Airfix. If you want any other type of Sea King, you're going to go along with the Hasegawa one as well for the Sikorsky version. But again, we've got other ones down in here as well. We've got some great deals going on down in here. We've got the A10 just at £22, which is absolutely brilliant. We've got the Ornithopter, which I'll be building for the December build down in there. We've got the B24, basically half price, 50% off. We've got great details down on here on the Apache that I've built. Well, obviously the Osprey I'm working on as well, a good chunk of cash on that one. The F-13, I'm going to get that in for review because it looks absolutely fantastic. Got a good deal on that. The Gladiator I've built as well, full video on that one, just £35. And also a really good kit if you want to go through and, a Spitfire in the bigger scale for 30 quid is an absolute bargain, is to actually get the Hobby Boss one. Because for 30 quid, it's brilliant. It's a really nice kit on that one. So, yeah, very good. So anyway, if you'll get any of those ones, just pop over to the old PM Models. UK.com site and you can get those down in there as well. And plus the fact, don't forget, we've got all your other sundries you could need. You've got your paints, your glues, your fillers and your tools and everything else you could want as well. So they're all down in there as well. Remember, we do have our Don Kits one as well. You can visit the PM Models eBay page, which was Don Kits until a week ago, which is our clearance section. So we're getting rid of a lot of our model kits and things down in there. So if you want a bit of a bargain, you can pop in here. And we've just got the last of all our sort of stock we're getting rid of at the moment. So we've got the last of the kits down in there. There's a good few pages of it. Have a peruse and a look through, and you'll probably get yourself a bit of a bargain down in there as well. So we're getting some nice stuff down in there if you want to get any of those ones. So PM Models UK is actually on eBay. Just search for that, you'll find it. Or if not, just pop over to pmmodelsuk.com. You've got the link down in there, and obviously there's the social media links and the other bits and pieces just like that. And that is about it for this week. Really excited about going on Saturday up there. To be honest with you, the time now is just coming up for 11 o'clock. I'm going to get everything loaded into the car, sorted out. Going to leave here just after lunch, go up the night before, staying up in a house over there as well. I am going to vlog it all as well, so watch out for that one as well. And then hopefully I'll catch up with all you guys as well on the actual Saturday. So as I said, we're only there Saturday. We don't have a stand. I've had lots of emails saying, are we selling? We're not selling anything. We're just going to be there walking around. So please come and say hello. We'd love to meet you. Anyway, that's it from me. As always on a Friday, I'm going to leave you with your great work from the gallery. So until hopefully Saturday, or if not next week, happy modelling. Take care.
I was not ready to falling like I'm wasted. My heart grows heavy. Don't taste me rushing and keep your words naked. You got me blushing. And you forever I'll follow. You'll be my holy ground. You forever I'll follow. In immortality, I can see you and me free. In immortality, I can see you and me free. You left me crying and running through a ghost town, alone and stranded. Why leave me hoping and guessing for the answers? No